Now here we have two veterans from World War II, Harold Grause, right? And Jay Brandner, or better known as Joseph Brandner, my brother-in-law, 92 years old. And Harold, how old are you? How old are you, Harold?
94.
Huh?
94.
94. 94, 92. That's a pair.
Right.
And you were in the Army, right?
Navy.
Navy. Oh, you're a Navy man. Jay's a Navy man, too. Both of you's in the Navy.
He was on a carrier, I was on a carrier.
Oh, which carrier were you on, Harold?
I was on the Bennington.
The Bennington.
Named after a World War II, Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
1976.
Is that right? And Jay was on the USS Swanee in the Battle of Leyte Gulf, huh, Jay?
Yeah, carrier vessel escort.
And had two kamikazes hit his ship. You had two kamikazes hit your ship, didn't you? Lost Johnny Bianco,
Yeah.
your best friend. And Harold, was you
When I
any?
was just 18 years old, I come that close to being burned to a crisp.
Yeah.
Because I put in for a transfer to be with Johnny Bianco. And they said it'd be here the next day, and the next day showed up, and I never got the transfer. So they said, well, they probably got a lot of work, it'll be here tomorrow. The next day we never mustered in, we were sitting there, they sounded general quarters. And if it had gone through, and I'd have mustered in bed with him, I'd have been burned to a crisp too.
Was you in any battles or action, was you, Harold? Was you in any battles or action?
Oh yeah, we covered the invasion of Okinawa and Iwo Jima.
Okinawa and Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
We also bombed Japan.
Oh my, mercy sakes. Well, I'm proud of both of you, and happy Veterans Day tomorrow. And I want to do a little special there for you because you guys are great, great Americans. Praise the Lord.
Like I told you before too that my four friends and I, we were all teenagers, 19 years old, and to show you what kind of teenagers we were going to go into Nagasaki, where the atomic bomb was dropped, and go ashore and look around and that, you know, and we talked it over to show you what kind of teenagers we were. We said we might get in there, we might see quite a few little children, you know, and still, you know, with us now. And because of the war, they probably never even got any candy. They quit making candy, and that everything was going for the war effort there in Japan, you know. And so we, each one of us, like I told you before, we bought a little plastic bag like that, and the five of us each had one, and we cleaned out what we had aboard ship there. We bought all of it.
For you, sir?
And put it in there, you know. And we got there, and there they started, some of them showed up, the kids and that, and they got about 15, 20 feet or something like that within us, you know, following us. And we held up a piece, each of the five of us held up a piece of the candy and let them see us take the wrapper off and put it in our mouth and rubbed our stomach. We each took a piece and put down for them, you know. And they come up on it. They took the wrapper off.
Do you have a bacon and egg sandwich of some sort?
Yeah, we have I'm sorry, I'm getting a drink order real quick.
Oh, okay. I'll take decaffeinated coffee.
Decaf coffee for you gentlemen?
What would y'all like to drink?
Any root beer?
We don't have root beer, unfortunately.
Sprite.
Iced tea, or Coke. You got Coke or Pepsi, either one.
Coke and a Sprite and a
Yeah.
And so you passed out the candy to them then,
Yeah,
huh,
we
Jay?
let them, showed it to them. We took the wrapper off and put it in our mouth, the candy, rubbed our stomach. We put it down there for them because of the war. We were right on that, I'm sure. They never had any candy or anything. It all stopped. You know, nothing went to making candy over there in Japan. Boy, they took that wrapper off, put it in their mouth. Boy, they started screaming, jumping up and down and dancing around. They were the happiest kids. We emptied out everything that we had for them. All the candy we had.
That's the best diplomacy you can have.
And I know I know that they had to take it and tell relatives and friends and that about that all the rest of their lives, as long as they lived.
Fantastic.
Boy,
Fantastic.
oh boy.
Well, it's
But like
nice.
I say, that shows you what kind of teenagers my four friends and I were.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Harold, we drive by down your house quite often when I take Jay on drives. We drive down by your house there in Covington, there in Latonia.
Yeah,
Yeah. You were right down the street from where Jay grew up, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you all enjoy your meal for right now. And it's my treat today.
It's what?
My treat today for the two of you for Veterans Day.
I don't know.
Figures not much, so much here to cut, so it's okay. He still made money, didn't he? Hey, call my not much here to cut, so I'll still make money.
How many veterans do we have in here? How many of the guys are veterans? Got a bunch of them.
Hey, if we start this thing at 12, not 12:30.
Hi, Asa. Asa Rouse.
Nice to be with you, gentlemen.
Hi, Asa.
You too.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Asa, what the heck happened to those guys?
Well, look who you got with you. The barrister.
What, the man?
Well, there he is right there.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Watch behind you, got a man with soup.
Hi, Bob.
What's going on, Asa?
Hi, Bob.
Tommy was gonna take over, but he said that he's waiting for you.
Wise move.
Good.
No, what he said is I can take over nothing.
Bob and I, we had another meeting where we were. We left at the same time. We took different routes, but we got here at the same time. And that was a traffic mess. You guys.
It's getting so
Sandwiches will be up shortly.
He's like that all the time.
I begin to wonder if you're gonna come over and talk to us at all.
Well, Bob Green and I were at lunch, and we left at 11:30, plenty of time. But you know the story. We came into a parking lot and barely moved and barely moved and barely moved. I finally got off the Turfway and got to Dixie Highway. But anyhow, you just have to put up with it. So anyhow, would be sad without you guys.
I'll take responsibility for it.
We're here. We are here.
That's all that counts. Yeah.
The guy never did that.
Great to be here with you, Aces.
Yeah, you too, John.
Individual sheets.
John went to Simon Kenton.
Is that right?
Manscape.
Oh, you mean,
John Stephenson. Yeah, John Stephenson.
yeah, he went to,
Simon Kenton.
He drank a lot. Best mechanic I ever had.
Well, he was,
Don't they have you a meeting?
I don't know.
he got
Does
shot
Simon
down.
Kenton have anything like this?
Yeah, we go to one once a month. Once a month.
Oh,
Like a top off.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. If you happen to have a little cream, I'll take that too. But
Sure not. Good. Okay, I'm gonna pass around the sign-in sheet.
This one here.
Now, I want each of you, even though I have your email address, if you have email, put your email address on this thing. Because when my computer had the crash from hell, I lost everything.
Oh.
And trying to resurrect it was a lot of work, I'll tell you, boys, a lot of work. Anyhow, that's the first thing. Put down your email address. Is Larry Carr here?
No,
Well, anyhow, a friend that Bob Green and I were with this morning went to school with Larry Carr, and he said if he's here, say something to him.
I think I
He
seen
ended up
Larry
in
here
Dixie,
one
Larry
time.
did. Anyway, and lastly, you see me here with this Kentucky sweater on,
Yeah.
and I'm reminded of what Casey Stengel said years ago to the Mets when they first started out. He had a meeting of all the Met baseball players. He said, "Is there anybody here who can play baseball?" That was after 2 or 3 games, and he about given up on them. And I'm telling you, if they don't get better, you're not gonna see this sweater on me anymore.
You talking about the brown ball or the oblong ball?
But anyway, guys, that's about all I have to say, except I'm really glad that this many people are here, especially when it quit being cool and turned to cold. We was 23 above in Walton this morning.
Well, you gotta move it to Tony.
And anyway, though, it'll be worse before it gets better. And hang in there best you can. Appreciate it. We all appreciate it because we all love the high school we went to. And that's about all I can say about that. Big John, you have something?
Well, just say a little bit about what the Dixie Club is and then who you want to invite to come,
Well,
so I can put this on
the
Facebook.
guys were started, most of you know this, by Kenny Hansel, class of 45, at least 15 or more years ago. And we tried to muffle through as best we can all those years. And at one time or another, we would have every chair full almost. But the guys started, a bunch of the guys started dying off on us. Well, that's what happens when you get older. Anyhow, the Dixie Guys things is a guy-only thing. It's not about Kenny Hansel, with the idea that we loved our high school and our classmates and so forth, and we get together as best we could. We've got everything here from 1943. What's the oldest, or you newest one?
42.
42. Aha. 43, 44.
44.
Yeah. I was 48, you're 49, you're 45.
49.
Yeah.
It
And,
was 57, 58, 59.
Yeah, 3 years.
anyhow, guys, for better or worse, what we do here, I'm making a short speech, and it's gonna be damn short. There's no minutes, there's no motion, there's nothing like that, there's no officers. I happen to be the busy bee communicator, somebody's gotta do it, and I'm doing it. That's why you get notices and things. So bear with me while I tell you that I just am so glad that fate's allowed me to go to Dixie, because I met people that I just cherish. And I don't think I'd have gone to college if I hadn't got in with the college prep kids. And they all considered freshmen in college as like grade 13, you just keep going. And that's what I did. John, anything else?
No, I think that's beautiful. If someone wanted to contact you or one of the members, how would they do that? Just call?
My email address and my telephone numbers. And I need a better email address on you, John. It's kind of weird looking.
Yeah, well, it's a little odd. It's like me, it's a little odd.
It is odd. But when we start to pass around the sign-in sheet, that's all I gotta say, guys. Anybody else have anything they want to offer?
What's your phone number, Azer, if somebody wanted to reach you?
Well, I prefer the landline because I'm not hearing impaired. I'm deaf.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference, you know.
I don't know.
Anyhow, everything's 859-485-7601.
7601 485-7601, area code 859.
Pardon?
Area code 859.
Yes. And I've got a real good system, and most of the time, because I'm a busy, my world's different than anybody else's that I know of. I sent a basketball thing from the Courier Journal last night and mailed it to everybody that's a UK fan at 24 minutes after 2 in the morning. Now, I'm not gonna do that anymore. If they don't get better, I'm gonna look at the Courier Journal the next morning. Now, how did I get the Courier Journal? I took the e-edition on purpose to get their good football or basketball coverage. I take the e-edition of the Enquirer too. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's really good. So anyhow, that's all I got to say.
Can we go around the room and just ask who's a veteran and what service you were in? Starting with anybody, was you a veteran, Asa?
About 5 minutes. What happened was I went to Fort Knox for my examination and I passed it, but a doctor missed something and I didn't even go to basic training. I was in the Air Force about this long.
Well, that's the same way with me. That's what happened to me. I got turned down on a physical with the Air Force after passing all the tests. Who else is a veteran up there? Jim Morrison? You were a veteran, right? Army or?
U.S. Navy.
U.S. Navy. Frank Hicks?
Army.
Army. And any particular places you all were stationed? On a ship or anything?
I was on a ship. I was on the same type of ship they were.
Oh, well, fantastic.
USS Block Island.
USS Block Island. And Frank, were you stationed any place in particular?
Yeah, all over the world.
All over, okay. What about next to you?
No, not me.
Okay. Anybody else there a veteran? Okay, where at?
Bob Green, Army.
Bob Green in the Army, that's former judge, or once you're a judge, you're always a judge.
By the way, that Bob Green was literally a full colonel, the real thing.
Well, I don't doubt it all.
He was.
And
Jim Rich,
Dr. Rich, and where were you?
I was in the Navy.
In the Navy, on any particular ship?
What's that?
Would you like some more Coke?
What is it?
More Coke?
Wait just a second.
That's enough.
What was that now, Dr. Rich? I couldn't quite get you. They were talking here.
This is Frank Droege next to me.
Okay. The Army, stationed any place in particular?
Virginia and Indiana.
Virginia and Indiana.
Woody Robinson, Marine Corps, Okinawa.
Rudy Robinson, okay. Marine Corps in Okinawa.
Ed Smith, Marine Corps, Philippines.
In the Philippines. Any other veterans there?
Glenn Porter, Marine Corps.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna have to exercise a little bit. This is hard to do, but, oh, mercy sakes alive. Oh, geez, fellas. I tell you what, some kid was down at the weight room the other day at pulmonary rehab, and he looked over at me and he said, boy, oh boy, I just bench pressed 170 pounds. I thought for a minute and I looked back at him and I said, son, I bench press 405 every time I get off a chair. Now, where were you? You were a veteran where?
Camp Pendleton.
Camp Pendleton. And
Hey, no.
Hi, Daryl.
Daryl, you got anything to say about the veterans?
Huh?
Well, I just was interviewing.
God bless the veterans.
God bless the veterans, and God bless Sparrow and Newton's barber shop.
Free haircuts on it.
And God bless Sparrow and Newton's barber shop, because if you haven't had your hair cut in Sparrow and Newton, you haven't been a Kentuckian.
I just don't have
When are you gonna come down and see Harry?
Huh?
When are you gonna come down and see Harry?
I'm not gonna come see Harry till my kids.
And over here is, of course,
Kids, they let me get my hair.
Harold.
And I told
And
my-
where were you? What ship were you on, Harold?
USS Bennington, CV-20.
And that's Harold Grause, right?
Right.
And how you spell that?
Kraus.
Kraus. And Joseph Brandner, my brother-in-law. They got one there 94 and 192. My brother-in-law was on the USS Swanee. Fantastic. Now, Daryl, I told them that anybody wanted to come down after we leave, they could.
Nobody's gonna be there.
Oh,
Can you bring him down to the week at our workshop so you can sign up?
Is there nobody down there now?
On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and third Monday.
I don't think they'll be able to do it. I don't think so. Be hard. Jay doesn't drive anymore now, and Harold's out of town. But they could go down. They were going to follow me down tonight or the day after the meal. Could you go back down?
I'll try, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if you can go back down, we can follow you right down there. I told them we'd go down.
I'll get that right up for you, sir. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's working 3 days a week.
Give me your story.
Jay, hey Jay, Jay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
How do you like being with me and traveling around with me on the road? Do you like for me to come and visit with you?
Yeah.
Well, is there any problem? Have I ever done anything to you to upset you or to make you upset with me? Well, that's what I was telling Daryl. And that you enjoy me coming over to visit with you and take you on rides.
Yeah.
And I love to take Harold on rides too, don't I, Harold? And have I ever taken any money from you or anything like that, Jay? Have I ever taken any money or anything like that from you?
No, the only thing you did was have my life insurance policy made out to you.
Now tell the truth.
No, just kidding.
He's got a sense of humor.
Could do that. That's a good one.
That's a lot smarter than me, Jay.
That's pretty good.
And
That's pretty good.
that was pretty good. And I'm trying to think what else I was going to ask you. You're 92,
Yeah.
and I've never taken any money from you, and never done anything illegal or anything like that.
No.
Well, and you love being with me, and you love me as a brother, right?
As a what?
You love me as a brother, even though I'm your brother-in-law.
That's right.
Well, that's all I needed to hear.
Right. There he is. What are you doing here?
Well,
You're not a Dixie guy.
well, I'm adopted.
Oh, okay. When did you graduate from Dixie? When did you graduate from Dixie?
67.
Hey,
67.
67 graduate.
67.
Randy Ogden played football.
They said we could either graduate him or burn the school down. We're going to get out of him, get him out of here one way or the other.
He can't hear shit. He can't hear.
Oh,
Well, they said they
Loud. He can't hear.
They-
He can't hear you.
Go ahead.
moment's gone, I think, but they said they were either going to graduate me in 67 or they were going to burn the school down to get rid of me. So, here I
well,
am.
apparently they didn't burn the school down.
They did not.
Well, it's glad to have you here, sir.
Good sign your name there.
All right, thank you very much.
Were you a veteran too?
No, I was not.
Tell them who you are.
I'm Randy Ogden.
I'm David Gregory.
When you graduate?
53.
53. You're with Dave Browning and those guys.
Smith, past 60.
60, okay. Pleasure to meet
Woody
you.
Robinson, 58.
Oh, man, I heard about you. Yeah.
Oh, you know me.
He's a legend.
Gray hair already.
Everybody knows Woody. Like that.
Oh, baseball.
Yeah.
I asked him to come again.
Good to see you, man. 49. Great school. You were with,
Ken Lucas.
You know, Wayne's
yeah,
here.
he
Ken
was.
Lucas younger than you? Frank, you look a hell of a lot better than him, I think that.
Thank you.
I'm ready 45.
Oh, yeah.
He liked his wife, though, didn't
Go to the old party. Yeah.
he? She's cute.
Hey, Jim Morrison.
Larry Carr.
What's the
What
name?
about him?
I remember when you sang, lead singer for the Doors.
I took him over there someplace now in Scotland.
Well, I was just getting ready.
24 before him.
I was seeing right now.
He's 23 on me.
Fancy problem.
You graduated
I've seen that.
24, 25 years before him. What did you say he was?
57.
What?
5'7".
Oh, 5'7".
Those two guys were gonna come down in the car and
Wow.
Jim made his band.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Come down, sign our name. You gotta leave my address, sign it all.
No, email.
I'd like to know how old that guy that graduated in 42 is.
Who graduated?
Right there across there. See the guy with the gray shirt?
Oh, with the gray on?
Half asleep?
And right here's the two oldest members.
And he graduated in 42.
We need all the emails this time. Well, I know.
Jay's enjoying his ice cream.
I've shrunk. Last time they said to me, it was 5'11" and barely. But anyway, you're Randy. And
Where the hell is the sign in?
So you had that on film, answering these questions?
Yeah.
So when you left and came back?
I like the best one, dude. You signed my life.
USS Stephensons, aircraft.
Right here.
What'd you do?
You get up and down.
Radio gunner underneath, and the pilot, the turret gunner, and the 3-man crew.
It's January 12th.
That's next year.
Next time we
Yes.
have this.
2019. How about that?
January the 12th, the next luncheon. Here at the Colonial Cottage in Erlanger, Kentucky.
And there must have been 8 or 9. There must have been 8 or 9 little kids, Japanese kids, coming around, looking at this and that, waving to us. Of course, they were so young, they didn't know anything about the war. I mean, you know, what was, how it was started or anything. And
What I want to do is take a little series of pictures, and these are the veterans that are here, and today at the Dixie Boys Club, which meets once a month, and every 2 months, every other month. What is it?
Don't meet till next year.
January 12th.
January the 12th. Okay. Now wait just a second. Look at me now and smile. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now keep your places right there. The rest of you guys get up now and get right there next to him. We're going to have the young lady take a picture here. The rest of you get up there in the picture, so we got everybody who's here in there.
Come on, Jim.
Go ahead. Go ahead and get up there in the front. Get up there. Get up there in the front. Get up there in the front, and I'll get the young lady here.
Got $100 bills in the pocket.
Oh, yeah, hey, you missed it.
Young lady.
You know, Mr. Green, I saw him over the boat. $100 at a time.
Okay, now go on back. Can you go over a little further? Doc? Doc?
Move over one and
We need you. Have to stand up here now. Stand up.
Hey, Steph, you gotta have to come down this way. It's all right.
You gonna pan this or what?
Yeah. Hang on, I can get you all.
You're not gonna get this picture, there ain't enough room for you.
I know.
Hell no.
Oh, now here, I'll take your camera. Okay. All right now.
They got somebody else.
All right now, fellas.
This'll work.
There you go. How's that?
Okay. Now the first thing I'm going to do is test your. I need to back up just a little. I'll tell you what. Squeeze in just a little bit, Harold. Squeeze in a little bit, fellas. Turn sideways if you can a little bit there. That's good right there. Okay, I can get you there. Now here we are. This is important, and I need to hear you. Okay, I want you to start on this side and just tell me who you are, what's your name, what year you graduated. Start there, Frank.
Frank Hicks, 48.
Bob Green, 49.
Woody Robinson, 1958.
Ed Smith, 60. Len Porter didn't graduate.
Daryl Newton, 64.
Jim Morrison, 49.
Frank Drogi, 42. Randy Ogden, 1967.
Asa Rouse, 1948.
David Gregory, 1953.
Tom Schiffer, 53.
Now down to the front row here. Start there, Harold. What year did you graduate?
Harold Grause, 1943.
Jay Brandner, 1944.
And my brother-in-law and brother. And
Rich, 1945.
Dr. Rich, 1945.
Dan Stickrod, 1956.
Dan Stickrod, 1956. Now hang on a second. I'm going to take and get a couple pictures here. One, give me a smile. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Hang on just a second. Get one a little different here now. 1, 2, and 3. And I love you.
John, you're a pain in the ass. Dixie fall high, we're gonna win this game another time. For the dear old school we love so well. We're gonna DHS for you. We're gonna fight, fight, fight for every goal. For the championship we hold. We're gonna praise old Dixie two sides, raw, raw, raw.
Fantastic. And thanks for adopting this old Simon Kenton boy of 1961.
Hey, did you all ever hear him sing my old Kentucky?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to hear it again? Can you? It's already running.
Okay, go back there.
It's already videoing.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do.
Big John Stevens.
I'll give you the quick version.
No.
Kentucky home. Hang on a second.
All right, hang
And I
on.
got my cousin here.
Just one verse
What's your
now.
first name?
Randy.
Randy Ogden, the son of Fred and Jane Ogden. And Jane served as my treasurer and secretary for my first campaign in Asa in 1975. And Fred I worked with him on the railroad, and he was a master knife collector.
Yeah, one day at a time.
And the song goes like this. Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children at play. The corn tops ripe and the meadows are in bloom, and the birds make music all the day. Oh, the children roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times comes a knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky home says good night. Now join in with me. Weep no more, my lady.